Hello everyone, how is it going? It's been a while since we have seen each other, guys, and there's been few reasons. We've been living in quite an interesting world. Anyway, I'm here now, full, fresh, fully armored with amazing games. So let's have a look at what I prepared for you today, guys. 3 great games in a 3 different genre. So first one for today is Project Hospital, second one Weedcraft, and the last one, last but not least, let's say, The Song of Horror. 3 amazing games, so let's not waste our time and let's have a fresh look at all these 3 games. So the first game of the day is Project Hospital. Coming from us from Oxymoron Games, Project Hospital is where you can be anything in the hospital settings. From being an ace doctor to an ace-bring architect and successful manager. Well, that's what their Steam page says. Let's see if it's in reality, it's true. Basically, the players can truly make the hospital they want. Seems for the hospital some kind of low-key, where you can make it as safe or as unsafe as you want. Well, while some people will probably play this game properly, we'll know someone there will be who will try to make it see how fast they can destroy this whole hospital, or how unsafe you can make it, or how many patients they can take out. Yeah, there is some space of working, let's say. Well, that's not how everyone will play probably, and that's not how you should play this game. We all know the person that will do this. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of these kind of persons and I was watching this kind of stuff and was trying to do the same thing, like when you destroy all the walls in Sims and then your character dies. But anyway, let's get back to the Project Hospital. To be honest, I can say that after playing around 20 hours of this game, playing through the tutorials, and I attempted to campaign to get the free reel of what the game is, I cannot say that I was bored at any time. I did lose some amount of decent time just playing with the building options in the sandbox mode, which was my favorite thing to do about this game. Besides the sandbox mode, Project Hospital has tutorial modes, as well as campaigns. The tutorial range from the basic to pretty intense. Among the campaigns is one of where you have to save a failing hospital. Can you do it? Well, I sure hope you can do, because that's the point of the game, come on. So, for the first release of the game is very detailed and very unorientated. The sandbox is fun to play with, the relaxed and designed with no pressure, and the campaigns have tutorials to do with along with them. So, let's be honest, this game deserves all 5 stars in our rating, depending on which world we are living now, and how complicated, but at the same time how very cool and how calm and relaxing this game can be. So the first game of the day receives 5 stars. Let's get moved to the second title of the game. And now our stop number 2. The game called none other way as the Weedcraft. Man, this is our second tycoon simulator for today. At the beginning of the video I low-key lied that it's gonna be 3 different genres. These 2 games are a little bit similar with let's say the first 2. By the name of the game, you can kind of understand what are we going to do in this game. So we are going to start our own baking business. We're gonna bake some cakes, we're gonna help our granny to sell some candies, you know. Okay, enough of jokes. This game is more like a story based, of course with a lot of free choices around the gameplay. The basic process is where the Weedcraft is at its best. From the map screen I see a view of the town with a few majority landmarks highlighted as possible venues to grow or sell. Each building is populated by different social groups and controlled by different dealers. Well, so far it looks like real life, right? Growing wheat starts simple but doesn't stay simple. I click once on the water plant which starts recharge timer sprinting until it's due for the next wearing. Meanwhile, I can press and hold the plant to train it, which makes it a little bit faster. Mechanically, that's all there is for the first. The interesting part is trying to boost the quality of my wheat. Every time I water the plants, I'm pouring on a combination of nutrients that I can tweak. Finding the right balance of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium leads to happier plants. Temperature and humidity is the grow room also have an effect. So if you look so far, everything seems like very real, and the person who did the game, well, they know what they're doing actually. So the manual library in the Weedcraft, like growing or selling or running a money laundering from the business, involves clicking and holding buttons to reset the timers. Clicking timers isn't a very interesting thing or very fun and can be boring from time to time. Fortunately, yes, fortunately, there is a long list of locals that I can hire to click on those timers for me. Oh my god, so good. In fact, my drug empire was its most profitable when I had nothing to do. I had drug dealers that I trusted, I had grower who commissioned good quality weed, and just the money to roll in. I ended up striking balance. I personally run a lab where I experiment with the new strains and hire new people to do everything else for me. So this situation led me to some really very strange moments in my life in the game. Some of my friends even betrayed me, but let's not spoil that for you. Anyway, everything is like in real life, so summing up on our rating on the game. Our rating for the game will be 4 out of 20, if you know what I mean. This is a very detailed tycoon simulator about drugs, and a big reminder guys, don't do drugs in real life. If you wanna do it in a Weedcraft, an amazing game from an amazing developers. Shout out to them for giving me the copy for the review. So moving on, our last game of the day. And now our last, but as I say, not least, Song of Horror. Ooh. So, Song of Horror takes notes from both Resident Evil and Silent Hill. So from the beginning we already understand that this is going to be huge. The game plays with the camera fixed angles, and the tank control with the focused on uneasy and the horror atmosphere. For example, if you will remember the Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 0, this is exactly what it looks in this game. Rather than battling zombies or physical monsters and having some speed, Song of Horror includes 13 playable characters, all with very team backstories, and traits are spread across 5 episodes. Some are patients to continue the story as permadeath for the characters are part of the game. So don't be sad if your character dies and you feel like, oh, I could have saved him. No, he's dead. Calm down. Moving on, the backstories to do the tend to fall into cliché horror movies narratives such as alcoholism, authors, and mild narrative figures. Song of Horror is not about taxing on the mind. The pacing on initial playthrough is slugging as you search and scavenge for information to unlock puzzles. The entirety, which is called the Presence, does have an actual IE of its own. The IE actually adapts to your action and deceptions. On the top of the constant searching for information, you will be tasked with listening on almost every door to see if eternity or something hiding in there. One thing I super be a pro appreciate about the Song of Horror is the timing with the jump scare tactics. These are few, but by far it's one of the best in the gaming industry. The game does the masterful job of physicking you out of capitalizing your own most vulnerable. The game isn't hard to play, as what little combat there is tied to quick time events. How well your current character's serenity is decided by the difficulty of getting through the moments. So the final conclusion for the Song of Horror. Song of Horror is honestly one of the best indie games that are in the horror genre. The game gives you an amazing experience that will lead you a little bit of process of thinking after you finishing the game. A lot of good and interesting things were featured in this game, and a great storyline for all the 13 characters. So don't waste your time, pick this up. If you're a horror genre, let's say, fan, you need to get this game. Alongside with Silent Hill, Resident Evil, this game actually I think takes the spot number 3 around these 3 games in one small mark in a fixed camera genre. So that's it for today guys. That's been a quick episode to be honest. I was expecting this to be longer. 9 minutes already in saying this. Oh my god, this is the longest video I ever made. No? Actually no. Anyway guys, thank you very much everyone for being here. We are coming back. And look, you've seen in the video 3 key codes. As it been before, I'm going to give away every time in every video. So stay tuned. Next video is going to be uploaded somewhere in middle of this week. Stay tuned, more games are coming in, more giveaways are coming in, everything is just starting. Thank you very much everyone here for being with me, stay fresh.